My treasured one, if you truly understood what is coming toward you, you would be dancing right now. Let me show you a glimpse of what I have been preparing in secret, because the greatest chapter of your story is about to begin. I have been watching you carry burdens that were never meant to rest on your shoulders. I have seen how you push through exhaustion, how you keep moving forward when everything inside you wants to stop, how you hold together a world that sometimes feels like it is falling apart. And I want you to know that your journey is about to turn in a way that is so beautiful, so unexpected, and so filled with my goodness that one day you will look back at this moment and remember it as the beginning of everything changing. I am not speaking empty words to comfort you for a moment. I am speaking destiny over your life. I am declaring truth that will anchor your soul and give you something firm to stand on when the winds blow and the waves crash. What I have prepared for you is not a small adjustment or a minor improvement. It is a complete transformation. It is provision where there was lack. It is peace where there was anxiety. It is joy where there was sorrow. It is strength where there was weakness. And it is all coming from my hand, because I am your shepherd, and you shall not want. You have been walking the long road, and I know that the terrain has been difficult. I know there have been valleys so deep you could not see the sun. I know there have been mountains so steep your legs trembled with every step. I know there have been deserts so dry that your soul felt parched and desperate for refreshment. But I want to remind you of something important, something you may have forgotten in the middle of your struggle. I have been walking that road with you every single step of the way. When you felt most alone, I was right beside you. When you believed you could not take another step, my strength was holding you up. When the path became dark and you lost your sense of direction, my hand was guiding you even though you could not feel it. This is who I am to you. Not a distant God watching from afar while you suffer. Not an absent father who appears only when things are going well. I am your constant companion, your faithful friend, your shepherd who knows every turn of the road you are traveling. And because I know this road, I also know what lies ahead. I know the green pastures that are waiting for you. I know the still waters where you will drink deeply and be satisfied. I know the restoration that is coming for your weary soul. And I am so eager to bring you there. Let me tell you what I see when I look at your future. I see a table prepared for you in the presence of everything that has tried to defeat you. I see your cup overflowing with blessings so abundant that you will not have enough containers to hold them all. I see goodness and mercy following you, not as distant strangers but as close companions that never leave your side. I see you dwelling in my presence, surrounded by my peace, filled with my joy, and walking in the purpose I designed especially for you before you ever took your first breath. This is not wishful thinking. This is not a dream that might come true if circumstances line up correctly. This is a promise from your God, and my promises are as certain as the rising of the sun. When I speak a word over your life, it carries the same power that spoke the universe into existence. When I declare something about your future, all of heaven aligns to bring it to pass. The angels stand ready to move on your behalf. The resources of my kingdom are positioned to flow toward you. Everything is being prepared. and the only thing left is for you to receive what I have longed to give you. I know you have been waiting. I know the waiting has been difficult. There have been seasons when you wondered if I had forgotten your prayers, if your cries had fallen on deaf ears, if the breakthrough you so desperately needed would ever arrive. But I want you to understand something about the way I work. My timing is never late. Even when it feels delayed to your human understanding, every moment of waiting has had a purpose. It has been deepening your roots, strengthening your foundation, preparing your heart to receive blessings that would have overwhelmed you before you were ready. Think about a tree that grows too quickly. Its roots are shallow, and when the storm comes, it falls over. But a tree that grows slowly, that sends its roots deep into the ground, that endures small storms before facing larger ones, that tree stands firm when the hurricane blows. That is what I have been doing in your life. I have been growing you slowly, carefully, intentionally. I have been ensuring that when the flood of blessing comes, you will be strong enough to steward it, wise enough to manage it, and humble enough to remember where it came from. Now listen carefully, because I want you to receive the next words with your whole heart. The season of waiting is coming to an end, not because I am tired of seeing you wait, but because the work is complete. The roots are deep. The foundation is solid. You are ready for what I have prepared, and what I have prepared is beyond anything you have imagined, beyond anything you have dared to hope for, beyond anything your mind can fully comprehend. In this moment, I want to speak about my faithfulness to you. My faithfulness that never wavers, that never decreases, that never takes a break or goes on vacation. I have been faithful to you since before you were born, since before you knew my name, since before you understood what it meant to have a God who cares about every detail of your life. My faithfulness is not dependent on your faithfulness. It is not based on your performance. It is not diminished by your failures or increased by your successes. My faithfulness is simply who I am. It flows from my character like water, flows from a spring, naturally, constantly, abundantly. I have seen you on your knees crying out to me in the quiet hours when no one else was watching. I have collected every tear in a bottle, and not one of them has been wasted. Each tear told me a story about your faith, about your trust in me even when trusting felt impossible, about your willingness to keep seeking me even when you did not feel my presence. Those tears were precious to me. They were worship. They were declarations that said, even though I cannot see you, even though I do not understand your timing, I will still believe that you are good and that you love me. Those prayers were heard, every single one. I did not dismiss them or forget them, or get distracted by someone else's needs. I treasured them. I am answering them, and I do love you more than you realize, more than words can describe, more than your heart can fully comprehend. My love for you is not based on your performance or your perfection. It is not conditional on how well you pray, how much you give, or how perfectly you follow my commands. My love for you is simply who I am toward you. It is my nature. It is unchangeable, unshakable, eternal. When you were at your worst, I loved you. When you fell and could not get back up, I loved you. When you said things you regretted and did things you wish you could undo, I loved you still. Nothing you have done has ever made me love you less, and nothing you could do would ever make me love you more than I already love you right now. I need you to truly understand this, because so many of my children walk around carrying shame that I never placed on their shoulders. They feel unworthy of blessing because of mistakes they made in the past. They feel disqualified from my promises because they remember every time they fell short. But that is not how I see you. When I look at you, I do not see a collection of failures. I see my beloved child. I see someone I created with purpose and intention. I see the potential I placed inside you before the world tried to convince you that you were less than I made you to be. Let me tell you how I see you, because I know how you see yourself, and the two images are very different. You see the mistakes. You see the times you should have done better and did not. You see the opportunities you missed, the relationships you damaged, the moments when you chose wrongly. You keep a mental list of all the ways you have fallen short, and you pull out that list whenever you start to feel hopeful about the future. You use your past to argue against your destiny. You use your failures to disqualify yourself from your inheritance. But I do not see you that way. When I look at you, I see someone I designed with care and intention. I see gifts I placed inside you that are still waiting to be fully developed. I see a destiny I wrote for you before you were born. I see potential that has barely been tapped and purpose that is waiting to be fulfilled. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are not defined by what has happened to you. You are not limited by the opinions others have formed about you. You are mine. You carry my image. You have my spirit living within you. And that spirit gives you access to the same power that raised Christ from the dead. That is not a metaphor or an exaggeration. That is spiritual reality. The resurrection power that conquered death, that rolled away the stone, that brought life out of the grave. That same power is available to you right now for whatever you are facing. Whatever mountain stands in front of you, that power can move it. Whatever prison is holding you captive, that power can break the chains. Whatever sickness is attacking your body, that power can heal it. Whatever relationship is broken, that power can restore it. You have access to unlimited divine power, and most of the time, you forget it is there. Your enemies have been loud, and I know their voices have worn you down. They have spoken lies about your worth, whispered doubts about your future, and tried to convince you that you will never escape the patterns that have held you captive. The enemy has studied you. He knows your weak points. He knows which lies you are most likely to believe. He knows which memories to bring up when you are tired. He knows how to time his attacks for maximum damage. He has been at this for a long time, and he is skilled at what he does. But here is what you must understand. He is not as powerful as he pretends to be. His bark is worse than his bite. He operates through deception and intimidation, but he has no real authority over you. He lost that authority at the cross when Jesus stripped him of his power and made a public display of his defeat. The enemy can harass you, but he cannot have you. He can attack you, but he cannot destroy you. He can lie to you, but he cannot change the truth. And the truth is that you belong to me. You are protected by me, and no weapon formed against you will ultimately prosper. The voices that have been speaking against you are about to be silenced, not because you have become strong enough to fight them alone, but because I am fighting for you. I am your defender. I am your shield. I am the one who goes before you to clear the path and comes behind you to guard against attack. No weapon formed against you will prosper, not because the weapons do not exist, but because I am standing between you and any weapon that tries to harm you. I have built a wall of fire around you. I have stationed angels at every entrance point to your life. The enemy cannot touch you without my permission, and I am not giving it. The people who have hurt you, the ones who spoke words that cut deeply and left wounds that still ache, I am healing those wounds right now, not with time, because time alone does not heal, but with my presence. My presence is medicine for every injury your soul has sustained. My presence is comfort for every grief you carry. My presence is peace for every anxious thought that runs through your mind when sleep refuses to come. Come into my presence and let me do the work that only I can do. Stop trying to heal yourself. Stop trying to manage your own recovery. Stop trying to fix with human effort what only divine intervention can repair. Come to me, the great physician, and let me touch the places that hurt. I have never left your side, not for one moment, not during the darkest season you have walked through, not during the failures you thought would disqualify you forever, not during the times when you turned away from me and pursued things that led you into deeper pain. Even then, especially then, I was with you, waiting for you to turn back, ready to receive you the moment you looked my way. My faithfulness did not waver when yours did. I held on even when you let go. I kept loving even when you stopped believing in my love. This is who I am. This is how I love. And nothing you do or fail to do will ever change it. Remember those moments when you felt completely abandoned. Those seasons when it seemed like everyone had walked away. When the phone stopped ringing. When the invitations stopped coming. When you sat in silence, wondering if anyone even remembered you existed. I was there, in the silence, in the emptiness, in the ache of loneliness that no distraction could numb. I was there, closer than your own breath, more present than your own heartbeat. You interpreted my silence as absence, but I was doing a work that required quiet. I was building something in you that could only be formed in solitude, the character that comes from learning to depend on me alone. The depth that develops when human support is removed, and only I remain. The intimacy that grows when there is no one else to turn to but me. Those seasons of feeling alone were never punishment. They were never proof that I had abandoned you. They were preparation. I was teaching you that I am enough, that when everything else is stripped away, when every other support system fails, when every human relationship disappoints, I remain. I am constant. I am faithful. I am the friend who stays closer than a brother, who never leaves, who never forsakes, who is the same yesterday and today and forever. And now that you have learned this in the difficult seasons, you will not forget it in the abundant seasons that are coming. You will enjoy the blessings I pour out, while always remembering that I am the source. You will celebrate the relationships I restore, while knowing that your ultimate security is in me alone. I want to take you on a journey now, a journey into understanding my plans and purposes for your life. Not vague general statements about blessing, but specific insight into what I have been arranging behind the scenes, while you wondered if anything was happening at all. I want you to see your life from my perspective, to understand the strategy I have been carrying out, to recognize the positioning I have been doing that your natural eyes could not see. The first thing you must understand is that nothing in your life has been random. Every experience you have walked through, whether it felt like a blessing or a trial, was specifically chosen or allowed for a purpose. The job you lost that devastated you was clearing the path for something better that could not have come while you were holding on to the old. The relationship that ended and broke your heart was removing someone who would have prevented you from reaching your destiny. Someone who was comfortable where they were and would have kept you comfortable too. The door that closed in your face and felt like rejection was actually protection from a room that held nothing good for you. A dead end disguised as opportunity. I have been curating your experiences, selecting the lessons you needed to learn, positioning you through difficulty and delight for exactly this moment. Think about where you are right now in your life. Think about the skills you have developed, the wisdom you have gained, the character that has been forged in you through everything you have endured. None of that is accidental. All of it is intentional. You are exactly where you need to be, with exactly the equipment you need for exactly what I am about to call you into. The frustration you have felt about not being further along, about not having achieved more by now, about watching others seem to move ahead while you felt still. That frustration was rooted in a misunderstanding of my process. I was not holding you back. I was preparing you forward. There is a difference between delay and preparation, and what felt like delay was always preparation. Think about the experiences that seemed negative at the time, but now you can see were working for your good. The difficult boss who pushed you to develop skills you did not know you had. The financial crisis that taught you to manage money wisely. The health scare that reminded you to care for the body I gave you. The betrayal that taught you discernment. The failure that humbled you and made you teachable again. Each of these experiences deposited something valuable into your character, something that is now essential for the season you are entering. The second thing I want you to understand is that I have been working in ways you could not see. While you were focused on the problem in front of you, I was solving problems you did not even know existed. While you were worried about how to pay that bill, I was arranging connections that would provide for needs you have not yet identified. While you were crying out for one breakthrough, I was setting up 10 breakthroughs that will unfold one after another in rapid succession. My activity is not limited to what you can observe. Most of what I do happens in realms you cannot access, in timing you cannot fully comprehend, through means you would never expect. I am not a god limited by your perception. I am not restricted to working only in ways you can measure and track. Much of my greatest work happens invisibly, quietly, behind scenes you cannot see. Minds are being changed that will affect your future. Decisions are being made in boardrooms and courtrooms and living rooms that will impact your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. People you have never met are being positioned to cross your path at exactly the right moment. Opportunities are being created that do not yet exist, but will appear fully formed when the timing is right. Resources are being gathered from sources you would never have thought to approach. Doors are being unlocked by hands you cannot see. This is what I do. I work all things together for the good of those who love me. All things, including the things you cannot see, the things you do not understand, the things that right now look like obstacles, but are actually opportunities in disguise. The third thing you need to grasp is that your current position is not your permanent position. Where you are right now is a point on the journey, not the final destination. The lack you are experiencing is temporary. The struggle you are walking through will not last forever. The limitations that have defined this season will not define the next season. I am a God of movement, of progress, of advancement. I am always leading you somewhere, and where I am leading you is infinitely better than where you have been. Do not settle into the mindset that says this is as good as it gets. Do not accept the lie that your best days are behind you. Do not settle into resignation and call it acceptance. This is not your permanent address. This is a rest stop on a longer journey. This is a layover between flights. This is a training camp before the championship game. Everything you are experiencing right now is preparation for something greater. The skills you are developing, the lessons you are learning, the character you are building, all of it is preparing you for a level you have not yet reached, but are about to enter. Lift your eyes from your current circumstances and look toward the horizon. What I have planned for you is not a slight improvement over what you have now. It is transformation. It is elevation. It is a complete change of landscape. You are moving from the wilderness to the promised land. You are moving from wandering to inheriting. You are moving from surviving to thriving. And this is not wishful thinking or positive self-talk. This is a prophetic declaration based on promises I have already made and fully intend to fulfill. The fourth part of my strategy I want to reveal is that I have been aligning resources for your breakthrough. The provision you will need has already been set aside with your name on it. It is not drifting randomly in the universe hoping to find you. It is specifically designated, deliberately allocated, carefully positioned to reach you at the exact right moment. The money you need, the opportunities you need, the people you need, the wisdom you need, all of it exists, and all of it is moving toward you right now. I know it feels like provision is scarce. I know the numbers do not add up when you compare what you need to what you have. But you are calculating with incomplete information. You are adding up your resources without including mine, and my resources are unlimited. There is no shortage in heaven. There is no scarcity in my kingdom. The cattle on 1,000 hills belong to me. The gold in every mine is mine. The wealth of every nation was created by my word, and I am not only able to provide for you, I am eager to provide for you. I delight in giving good gifts to my children. It brings me joy to meet your needs and exceed your expectations. Let me tell you how provision operates in my kingdom. It does not follow human economics. It does not operate according to supply and demand. It is not limited by recession or inflation or market conditions. My provision flows on the principle of faith and obedience. When you believe in me and act on what I tell you, resources flow. When you give when I instruct you to give, even when it does not make sense, more returns than what went out. When you step forward in faith before you can see the provision appears to meet you on the path. The fifth strategic element is that I have been preparing the hearts of people who will play a key role in your breakthrough. Not everyone who helps you will do so, because they decided on their own. Some will help you, because I have been working in their hearts, creating favor for you, opening their eyes to recognize your value, stirring within them a desire to support what I am doing through your life. You did not have to campaign for these supporters or prove yourself to earn their help. I have prepared them, I have positioned them, and when the moment is right, they will step into your life. You will wonder where they came from and why they are so eager to assist you. This is what favor looks like. Not luck, not coincidence. Favor, divine intervention that causes people to treat you better than you deserve, to open doors you did not have the credentials to open, to offer opportunities that on paper should have gone to someone else. Favor is not fair by human standards. It is better than fair. It is my hand upon your life, tipping situations in your direction, influencing outcomes beyond what your effort alone could produce. And favor is increasing over your life right now. People will begin responding to you differently. Opportunities will start appearing that have no natural explanation. Doors that have been closed for years will begin to open. This is favor at work. Think about the people in your life right now. Some of them I placed there specifically to assist you in this next season. They hold resources you need. They carry connections you need. They possess wisdom you need. And I have been preparing their hearts to release these things to you. Not because you manipulated them, or impressed them, or earned their support, but because I spoke to them in ways they may not even recognize, stirring a desire to be generous toward you, to open doors for you, to take a chance on you they might not normally take. The sixth strategic element is timing, and I want you to understand how vital timing is in my kingdom. There is an appointed time for everything, a right moment for every purpose under heaven. The reason some of your prayers have not yet been answered is not because I refused them, but because the appointed time had not arrived. I am not withholding out of cruelty or indifference. I am orchestrating with precision because I know that premature blessing can be as damaging as no blessing at all. Receiving something before you are ready to steward it can turn a blessing into a burden. So I wait, I time, I position, and when everything is perfectly aligned, I release. You have been praying for things to happen and wondering why they have not yet occurred. But what you cannot see are the other pieces that must be in place before your prayer can be answered the way I intend. It is like asking why the chef has not served your meal yet, while essential ingredients are still arriving. The meal will come. The chef is committed to serving you, but serving you too early would result in something incomplete and unsatisfying. I am committed to giving you not just what you asked for, but what you truly need in a way that deeply satisfies. That requires patience, both from you and in my timing. But here is the part that excites me most to tell you. The waiting is ending. The timing is aligning. The pieces are falling into place. What felt like endless preparation is coming to completion. What seemed like permanent delay is about to give way to sudden acceleration. You will be amazed at how quickly things begin to move when the appointed time arrives. Years of waiting will be compressed into moments of manifestation. What took so long to develop will seem to happen overnight. And you will look back and understand that the waiting was not wasted. It was necessary to make the breakthrough as powerful as it is about to be. I have designed you with specific gifts, specific callings, specific assignments that no one else can fulfill. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. I set you apart. I appointed you for particular works that I prepared in advance for you to walk in. This is not generic religious language. This is specific truth about your individual life. You have a purpose that is uniquely yours, a contribution only you can make, a space in my kingdom that only you can occupy, and everything you have experienced has been equipping you for exactly this purpose. Some of you have searched for your purpose for years. You have tried different things, explored various paths, asked me countless times to show you what you are supposed to do with your life. And I have been answering through experiences that developed certain skills, through passions that kept surfacing no matter what else you were doing, through problems that broke your heart and made you want to be part of the solution, through opportunities that energized you and responsibilities that drained you. Your purpose has not been hidden as much as it has been distributed, spread across the details of your life, waiting for you to connect the dots, and I am about to give you the clarity to see the connections, to recognize the pattern, to understand how everything fits together into a meaningful calling. Your purpose will not be revealed all at once like a sudden flash of lightning. It will unfold progressively like a sunrise, becoming clearer and brighter as you step forward in faith. Each step you take will illuminate the next step. Each act of obedience will open greater understanding. You do not need to see the entire path before you begin walking. You only need to see the next step. And the next step is usually simple, usually obvious, usually right in front of you, waiting for you to take it. Do not overthink this. Do not wait for perfect clarity before you move. Take the step you can see, and the next step will become visible. I have placed you in your current circumstances not by accident, but by design. The city where you live, the people around you, the opportunities available to you. None of this is random. You are planted where you are because this is the soil where your purpose is meant to grow. Some of you have been imagining that your breakthrough is somewhere else, believing that if you could just move to a different city or enter a new environment, everything would change. But I am telling you that the breakthrough you seek is available right where you are. The resources you need exist in your current context. The connections you need are already in your network. The opportunities you need are hidden in plain sight within your present circumstances. This does not mean you will never move or transition. It means your breakthrough is not dependent on geography. It is dependent on obedience, on faith, on positioning yourself to receive what I am already pouring out. Bloom where you are planted. Excel where you are stationed. Make the most of what you have been given in this place, and if I choose to move you somewhere else, that move will flow naturally from the faithfulness you demonstrated right where you are. Let me speak now about your family. I know they have been on your heart. I know you have been praying for them, sometimes with words and sometimes with groans too deep for language. I know you have watched some of them drift away from me, and it has broken your heart. I know you have pleaded with me to bring them back, to protect them, to open their eyes to the truth that could set them free. I want you to know that I have heard those prayers, every single one, and I am working in ways you cannot see. The people you love who seem distant from me are not beyond my reach. No one is. My arm is not too short to save. My voice can penetrate the hardest heart. My light can illuminate the darkest mind. I am pursuing your loved ones with the same relentless love I used when I pursued you. Remember how far you were from me before you came home. Remember how lost you felt, how confused, how certain you were that you had gone too far to ever return. And yet, here you are, listening to my voice, receiving my love. If I brought you back, I can bring them back too. Be patient with the process. Be faithful in your prayers. Do not give up hope, no matter how long it takes or how far they seem to wander. Your prayers are forming a canopy of protection over them that they may not even know exists. Your intercession is opening doors for my spirit to move in their lives. Your faith is standing in the gap between where they are and where I want them to be. Keep praying, keep believing, keep loving them the way I love them, unconditionally, persistently, hopefully. The breakthrough is coming. The prodigals are coming home. I am also working within the dynamics of your family, the tensions that have lasted for years, the unresolved conflicts simmering beneath the surface, the wounds that have never fully healed, the patterns of dysfunction passed down through generations. I am bringing healing to your family line. I am breaking cycles that have repeated for generations. I am restoring relationships that seemed permanently damaged. This work takes time, and it requires your cooperation. Forgive when forgiveness feels impossible. Extend grace when you would rather withhold it. Be the first to apologize, even when you were not the only one at fault. Model the unconditional love I have shown you, and watch how it transforms the atmosphere of your family. Now I want to shift and speak to what needs to happen in your heart, so you can fully receive what I am releasing. There is an internal preparation that is just as important as the external positioning. This preparation requires partnership. It requires you to align your heart with what I am doing, to remove the obstacles that would prevent my blessing from landing in your life. The first internal shift I need you to make is from fear to faith. Fear has shaped your perspective for too long. It has filtered how you see your circumstances, coloring everything with worst-case scenarios, magnifying threats while minimizing my provision. Fear wakes you in the middle of the night with thoughts of disaster. Fear follows you through the day whispering, "What if? How will you? What happens when?" Fear has become so familiar that you no longer recognize it. You call it being realistic. You call it being prepared. But it is fear, and fear has no rightful place in the life of someone who belongs to me. Faith sees differently. Faith looks at the same circumstances and sees opportunities for my intervention. Faith hears the same diagnosis and declares that I have the final word. Faith faces the same uncertainties and rests in the certainty of my character. I need you to choose faith now, not because you feel it, not because circumstances demand it, but because faith is a decision, a posture, a deliberate alignment of your heart toward trust, even when trust feels risky. Every time fear speaks, answer it with faith. Every time anxiety rises, declare what you know to be true about me. Train your mind to default to faith instead of fear, and watch how your experience of life begins to change. The second shift is from self-reliance to God-reliance. You have been trying to solve everything on your own. You have been planning, strategizing, working all the angles, exhausting yourself with effort that was never meant to carry the full weight of your breakthrough. You wake up worried and go to bed overwhelmed because you have been carrying what I should be carrying. You have been trying to be your own savior, and it is crushing you. But I never asked you to do this alone. I never expected you to produce results through your own strength. I invited you into partnership, into collaboration, into relationship, where your obedience joins with my power to produce outcomes neither could achieve independently. I am not asking for passivity. I am not telling you to sit back and wait for me to magically fix everything while you do nothing. I am asking you to shift the weight. Stop carrying what belongs to me. Do your part, and trust me to do mine. Your part is obedience, faithfulness, taking the steps I show you. My part is power, provision, making ways where there appear to be no ways. Learn the difference between your responsibility and mine, and you will discover rest that has eluded you. The third shift is from striving to resting. There is a rest available to you that you have not yet entered. It is the rest that comes from knowing the outcome does not depend entirely on you. It is the peace that flows from understanding I am in control and can be trusted. It is the freedom that comes when you stop forcing everything through willpower. This rest is not laziness. It is not irresponsibility. It is a supernatural state where you work from rest rather than for rest, where your activity flows from peace rather than anxiety, where your effort is energized by faith instead of fear. I want to bring you into this rest. I want you to feel the lightness that comes from living without constant pressure. The fourth shift is from scarcity to abundance. Your thinking has been shaped by lack. You have thought small because resources were tight. You have limited your dreams because your bank account seemed to define the boundary. But I am not limited by your bank account. I am not restricted by your current resources. I am the God of abundance, the God of overflow, the God of more than enough. And I am inviting you to think the way I think, to dream bigger than your circumstances suggest, to expect more than your history implies, to believe that the God who owns everything is committed to providing everything you need to fulfill everything I have called you to do. Speak abundance even while experiencing lack. Declare overflow before you see it. Thank me for provision that has not yet arrived. This is not denial. It is alignment. It is aligning your words with my promises instead of your problems. Your words carry power. They create atmosphere. They open doors. They attract resources. Start using them to build the future I have planned, rather than reinforcing the limitations of the past. The fifth shift is from isolation to connection. Some of you have tried to walk this journey alone, whether because past hurts made you afraid of relationship, pride made you hesitant to ask for help, or exhaustion caused you to withdraw. But isolation is not my design for you. I created you for connection. I designed you for community. The blessing I want to release often flows through relationships. The breakthrough you need may come through a connection you have been avoiding. The support that would lighten your burden is waiting within a community you have been reluctant to join. I am calling you out of isolation, not into just any relationships, but into the relationships I have prepared for you. divine connections, kingdom partnerships, people who will sharpen you, encourage you, challenge you, and support you as you walk into everything I have planned. These relationships require vulnerability. They require authenticity instead of performance. They require the courage to be known and the humility to receive help. But they will transform your life. The days of trying to do this alone are over. I am surrounding you with the right people at the right time. Now let me prepare your heart for what I'm about to release over your life. This is a sacred moment. This is not just information. This is impartation. I am about to speak words over you that carry the power to change your reality. Open your hands. Lift your heart. Position yourself to receive. Open your hands. Do not come before me with clenched fists, gripping your own plans, your own ideas, your own timeline. Open your hands and let me fill them. What I am about to place in your hands is better than anything you have been holding. Let go of the old so you can receive the new. Let go of disappointments that have made you afraid to hope again. Let go of offenses that have been poisoning your heart. Let go of the need to control outcomes that were never yours to control. Open your hands, palms upward, in surrender and receptivity. Now, in this moment of surrender, I want you to seal this posture of faith. Type Amen in the comments as a declaration that your hands are open and your heart is ready to receive everything God is releasing over your life. Let it be your public agreement with heaven that you are no longer holding back. You are stepping into what is yours. Please understand this. Every seed you sow into this mission becomes part of fulfilling the call of Jesus to reach the nations. When you give through the link in the description or the pinned comment, by buying me a coffee, you are helping carry the message of Christ to people who may never step inside a church. This is not about supporting a platform. This is about lifting up the name of Jesus and reaching hearts that are searching in silence. In the Gospel of Matthew 28:19, Jesus commands us to go and make disciples. When you give, you help that command continue. Your generosity becomes hope to someone battling despair. It becomes truth to someone surrounded by confusion. It becomes light in very real darkness. Give, and it will be given to you. In Gospel of Luke 6:38 is not pressure, it is promise. When you release what's in your hand, God moves in ways you cannot see. If this message has touched you, respond in faith. Buy a coffee. Sow a seed. Be part of what God is doing in this hour. Position your heart to receive. Some of you have built walls around your hearts to protect yourself from disappointment. You decided hoping hurt too much when hope was deferred. So you stopped hoping. You called it realism, but it was defense. Those walls that were meant to guard you from pain are now blocking blessing. You cannot have an open heart for blessing while keeping a closed heart to hope. They go together. So I am asking you to lower the walls. Risk hoping again. Prepare your heart to receive what I have been preparing. I am releasing provision over your life right now. As these words reach your spirit, something is shifting in the heavenly realm. Doors that were locked are unlocking. Resources that were restricted are being released. Opportunities that were hidden are being revealed. I am speaking to the storehouses of heaven and commanding them to open over your life. I am declaring increase over your finances, over your health, over your relationships, over every area where you have experienced lack. Increase is your portion. Abundance is your inheritance. More than enough is what I have prepared for you. This provision is comprehensive. It covers every category of need in your life. Financial provision for the bills that are due and the expenses ahead. Relational provision for the connection and community you need. Physical provision for the health and energy required. Emotional provision for the peace and stability you have lacked. Spiritual provision for the growth and depth you hunger for. I am releasing provision in every area because I care about every area. Nothing in your life is too small for my attention or too large for my power. Receive this provision. Do not let doubt tell you that you do not deserve it. Right now, make this personal. In the comments, write I receive it, not tomorrow, not someday, now. As you type it, you are aligning your faith with the promise being spoken over you. You are shifting from passive listening to active believing, and that changes everything. What you're feeling right now is not random. It's an invitation to participate in something eternal. Supporting this mission through Buy Me a Coffee, link in the description and pinned comment, is more than generosity. It is standing with the work of bringing the gospel to those still searching for truth. In Epistle to the Romans 1:16, the word says the gospel is the power of God for salvation. Every coffee you buy helps that power reach another life. You become part of someone's turning point. You become part of someone's breakthrough. You become part of heaven's work on earth. In Epistle to the Galatians 6:7, Scripture teaches that what we sow, we reap. When you sow into God's work, you position yourself under His provision. If you believe lives can be changed, take a step of faith. Unworthiness convince you this is meant. Unworthiness convince you this is meant for someone else. I am speaking directly to you, about you, for you. This provision has your name on it. It has been waiting for this moment when you would be ready to receive it. Receive it now. Say yes in your spirit. Open yourself to what I am pouring out. I am releasing healing into your body. Whatever is not functioning according to my design, I am restoring. Whatever pain has been constant, I am relieving. Whatever diagnosis has hovered over you like a cloud, I am rewriting. I speak to cells and command them to operate according to my original design. I speak to systems and command alignment with my intention for health. I speak to organs and command full capacity function. I speak to pain and command it to release its grip. Healing is flowing through you now, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Receive it. Do not analyze it. Do not question how. Simply receive. This healing extends beyond your physical body into your emotional and mental health. The anxiety that has tormented you, I am breaking its hold. The depression that has weighed you down, I am lifting it. The trauma that has controlled your reactions, I am bringing freedom. The negative thought patterns that became habitual, I am renewing your mind with truth. Total healing, complete restoration, whole health in body, soul, and spirit. This is what I am releasing over you. I am releasing peace into your mind. The anxious thoughts racing, the fearful scenarios replaying, the worried projections tormenting you, I am silencing them. I am replacing chaos with calm. I am replacing fear with faith. I am replacing confusion with clarity. I am giving you the mind of Christ, a mind that is steady, clear, focused, at rest, a mind that trusts me completely, and therefore does not need to manufacture solutions through worry. This peace is settling over your thoughts now. Let it penetrate. Let it push out every opposing thought. Let it become your new normal. This peace is not the absence of problems. It is the presence of my spirit in the midst of problems. It is a supernatural calm that does not depend on circumstances improving. It is the peace that passes understanding, that guards your heart and mind, that keeps you steady when everything around you shakes. This is the peace I am releasing. Receive it. Let it guard the gates of your mind. Let it become the default setting of your soul. I am releasing joy into your heart. Right, not temporary happiness that depends on everything going well, but deep, rooted, unshakable joy that flows from your connection to me. This joy is your strength. It will carry you through challenges that would otherwise overwhelm you. It will give you perspective when circumstances appear impossible. It will rise in praise when your situation says you should despair. Receive this joy. Let it fill places where sorrow has lingered too long. Let it overflow until those around you feel its warmth. This joy is not dependent on your mood or energy level. It is not shaken by bad news or difficult people. It flows from an eternal source within you. When you remain connected to me, joy remains constant even when emotions fluctuate. Laughter can return to your lips. Lightness can return to your step. The heaviness that defined your life can lift as joy takes its place. This is what I am releasing. This is what I am inviting you to receive. I am releasing breakthrough into your circumstances. The situation that has been stuck is beginning to move. The problem that seemed unsolvable is about to reveal a solution. The door that remained closed is about to open wide. Breakthrough is your portion, not in one area only, but in every area where you have been contending. One breakthrough after another, until you lose count of how many ways I have moved for you. Expect these breakthroughs. Watch for them. Celebrate them when they come. Some breakthroughs will be sudden and dramatic. One moment there is a wall, the next, the wall is gone. Other breakthroughs will be gradual, a steady shift that builds momentum over time until you look back and realize how much has changed. Both kinds are coming. Both are necessary, and be ready for sudden surprises and patient with progressive processes. Both are my work. Both are your answer. I am releasing favor into your relationships. People who have been distant will draw near. Conflicts that seemed impossible to resolve will find resolution. Doors that were closed because of relational tension are about to open. Favor with God and favor with people. This is what I am releasing. Expect people to respond to you differently. Expect opportunities to arise through connections that deepen. Expect restoration in relationships you thought were permanently broken. This favor will show up in surprising ways. People will offer help you did not request. Opportunities will come through connections you barely remember. Doors will open because someone spoke well of you without your knowledge. This is favor at work. It is my hand upon your life, influencing people in your direction, creating goodwill you did not earn. Walk in this favor. Expect it. Thank me for it even before you see it. I am releasing clarity into your purpose. The fog is lifting. The confusion is clearing. And if you desire to stay aligned with the prophetic direction God is releasing in this season, subscribe to this channel right now. Consider it more than following content. Consider it positioning yourself under continued prophetic alignment. As you subscribe, you are saying, I choose to stay connected to the voice that strengthens my faith and confirms God's promises over my life. What seemed complicated is becoming simple. What seemed mysterious is being revealed. You will know what you were called to do. You will see how everything fits together. You will understand why you are the way you are and what you are meant to do with what you have been given. This clarity will energize you. It will focus you. It will bring satisfaction that comes from living on purpose rather than wandering aimlessly. For some, this clarity will come as a sudden knowing that settles into your spirit with unmistakable certainty. For others, it will come gradually, pieces aligning until the full picture becomes visible. However it arrives, it is arriving. The confusion is ending. The wandering is finishing. You are stepping into a season of purpose-driven living that will satisfy your soul in ways nothing else ever has. I am releasing protection over your life. The enemy has been planning attacks. He has been strategizing, watching for weaknesses, waiting for opportunities to strike. But I am placing a hedge around you that he cannot penetrate. I am assigning angels to guard you in all your ways. I am making you invisible to schemes of darkness and invincible to weapons of the enemy. You are safe. You are covered. You are protected. Not because of what you have done, but because you belong to me. This protection extends to your family. I am placing a hedge around your household. I am stationing angels at the doors and windows of your home. I am covering your children, your spouse, your parents, everyone under your roof with the same protection I place over you. The enemy cannot have them. He cannot steal them from my hand. He cannot snatch away the destiny I have written for them. They are protected because they are connected to you, and you are connected to me. Everything I am releasing works together for your good. These are not isolated blessings, functioning independently. They are interconnected elements of a comprehensive transformation unfolding in your life. The provision supports the purpose. The healing strengthens the assignment. The peace prepares the environment for relationships. The protection ensures the enemy cannot steal what I have given. It is all connected. It is all part of my master plan for your life. And it is all coming together now. The best is not behind you. I know some of you have been tempted to believe your peak has passed, that your greatest chapters are already written, and that from here forward it is all decline. But I am telling you that your best days have not yet occurred. The greatest blessings you will experience are still ahead. The most meaningful impact you will make lies in the future. The deepest joy you will know has not yet been felt. Your latter will be greater than your former. If you believe that your best days are ahead and not behind you, declare it boldly. And if you haven't already, subscribe now. Let that step symbolize your commitment to remain aligned with God's unfolding promises over your life. This is not about a platform. It's about positioning yourself for continued prophetic encouragement, clarity, and confirmation in the season ahead. Type Amen in the comments as a prophetic statement over your future. Let it be your refusal to settle, your declaration that what God has prepared for you is greater than anything you've lost. This message doesn't stop with you. There are others waiting to hear the same truth that strengthened you. In Gospel of Matthew 9:37, Jesus said the harvest is plentiful. When you support this mission through Buy Me a Coffee, you step into that harvest. Your gift fuels the spread of truth. It strengthens believers. It reaches those who are quietly crying out for hope. When Jesus said, "Give, and it will be given to you," in Gospel of Luke 6:38, he revealed a kingdom exchange. What leaves your hand enters God's purpose, and what enters God's purpose multiplies. By buying a coffee, you are sowing into salvation, restoration, and renewed faith. This is your moment. Step forward in faith. Sow into what God is building, and trust Him to breathe increase over what you release. Your end will exceed your beginning. The story I am writing with your life is building toward a climax that will take your breath away. Do not let the enemy steal your future by convincing you it does not exist. Do not allow discouragement to rob you of expectation that fuels faith. What is coming is better than what has been. Where you are going is greater than where you have been. The seeds you have sown in tears are about to produce a harvest of joy. The prayers you prayed in desperation are about to receive abundant answers. The faithfulness you demonstrated in obscurity is about to be rewarded in visible ways. Let me explain further what I mean when I say your best days are ahead. I am not offering shallow optimism. I am speaking from the vantage point of one who sees the entire timeline of your life, from before you were born until after your final breath. I see every chapter, every scene, every turn in the plot, and from that perspective, I can tell you with certainty that the story is building towards something beautiful. Think about the stories that have shaped human imagination. They follow a pattern, a beginning where characters are introduced and conflict begins, a middle where struggle intensifies and the outcome feels uncertain, and a climax where everything resolves, where good triumphs, where love wins. Your life follows this pattern. You are in the middle right now. The struggle is real. The outcome feels uncertain, but the climax is coming. The resolution is approaching, and it will be magnificent. The struggles you are facing are not the end of your story. They are the setup for your breakthrough. Every hero encounters opposition before victory. Every champion faces obstacles before triumph. Every success story includes a chapter of hardship before achievement. You are in that chapter of hardship now, but it is not your final chapter. It is the chapter that will make your final chapter powerful, meaningful, worth celebrating. When you look back from eternity, you will not remember this season mainly for its difficulty. You will remember what it produced in you. The character formed, the faith strengthened, the dependence on me deepened, the compassion for others cultivated. These are treasures that last forever. Let me also speak about the legacy you are building. What you do in this life echoes into generations you will never meet. Your faithfulness does not end with you. It continues in the lives you touch, the seeds you plant, the example you set. How you handle this difficult season teaches someone else how to handle theirs. The faith you display is observed by children, grandchildren, spiritual descendants who will follow your example. You are not only living your own life, you are writing a template for those who come after you. How will you respond to suffering? How will you handle disappointment? How will you treat others while in pain? These decisions affect more than you. Make choices you will be proud of when viewed from eternity. choices that give future generations permission to trust me as you did. The legacy I desire for you is not primarily about achievement or accumulation. It is about faithfulness. It is about being someone who trusted me regardless of circumstances. Someone who demonstrated that relationship with me is worth everything, that my promises are trustworthy, that my love is real and transformative. When people remember you, I want them to remember someone who walked with God, who believed against odds, who loved deeply and generously and unconditionally. This legacy begins now in the choices you make today. Every time you choose faith over fear, you build legacy. Every time you choose forgiveness over bitterness, you build legacy. Every time you choose generosity over greed, you build legacy. Every time you trust me when it does not make sense, you build legacy. These small decisions accumulate into a life that speaks volumes about who I am and what I do for those who love me. Let me speak about the power of your testimony. Your story matters. The experiences you have walked through, the struggles you endured, the victories you gained, the lessons you learned, all of it forms a testimony with power to impact others. When you share what I have done in your life, you give hope to those facing similar battles. You show that breakthrough is possible. You point others toward me as the source of transformation. Do not underestimate your testimony. The enemy wants you silent, hiding your struggles, pretending everything was always fine. But there is power in honest vulnerability, in sharing the journey, in showing that following me does not remove difficulty, but empowers you to overcome it. Your mess becomes your message. Your test becomes your testimony. What you endured qualifies you to help others endure. I will open doors for you to share your story. Opportunities will arise to speak about what I have done. Do not shrink back. Do not allow fear or embarrassment to silence you. Your testimony may be the reason someone else holds on. It may be the bridge that carries someone from despair to hope, from darkness to light. Prepare your testimony now. Reflect on what I have done. Identify moments when I intervened. Articulate the transformation that occurred. Be ready to speak when opportunity appears, because it often comes unexpectedly. When someone asks how you have peace in the midst of hardship, tell them about me. When someone struggling reaches out, share what sustained you. Your testimony is a tool, and I will use it. Let me also speak about gratitude. Gratitude is not just a pleasant feeling. It is a spiritual discipline that shifts perspective and opens your heart to receive more. When you thank me for what you have, you create space for more. When you focus on what is right instead of what is wrong, you align with my nature and purposes. The enemy wants your focus on lack, on brokenness, on pain. He knows that if you stay there, you will miss the blessings around you. Gratitude disrupts his strategy. Gratitude says, yes, things are not perfect, but look what God has done. Yes, challenges remain, but look how far we have come. Yes, tomorrow is uncertain, but look how faithful God has been so far. This posture attracts blessing. Practice daily gratitude. Every day intentionally identify what you are thankful for. Not only major blessings, but small ones. A roof overhead, food on your table, people who love you, breath in your lungs, another day of life, opportunities to grow and serve. As you train your eyes to see these things, you will see more of them. And as you see more, your heart will fill with joy and peace. Gratitude also changes how you experience hardship. When you approach difficulty with gratitude, it becomes growth instead of merely obstacle. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Instead of focusing on loss, focus on what remains. Instead of resenting difficulty, thank me for what I am producing through it. The difficulty may remain, but your experience of it transforms. Let me speak about worship. Worship is gratitude expressed deeper. It is declaring who I am regardless of what you face. It is praising in storms. It is honoring me when complaint feels easier. Worship is spiritual warfare. When you worship, you declare that I am good, in control, worthy of praise despite circumstances. The enemy cannot stand your worship. When he attacks and you respond with praise instead of curse, it confounds him. When he expected you to turn away and you draw closer, he is defeated. Some of the greatest breakthroughs occurred through worship. When Paul and Silas worshipped in prison, chains broke. When worshipers went before armies, enemies were defeated. Worship activates heaven. It shifts atmosphere. It invites my manifest presence. Make worship daily practice. Not only songs, though include them. Declare who I am throughout your day. In the morning, worship. In challenge, worship. In fear, worship. In victory, worship. Let worship become the background of your life, the default of your heart, the continual offering of your lips. This is the life I designed for you, and it brings more joy and peace than anything else could. Now let me speak about your words. Words are not merely sounds. They carry spiritual force. They create or destroy, build up or tear down. The words you speak about your life matter. When you declare defeat, you agree with the enemy's plan. When you say nothing ever works, or I will never get out of this, you reinforce bondage. Negative declarations create atmosphere that hinders breakthrough, but when you speak faith, you agree with my plan. When you declare I am your provider and you will not lack, you align with promise. When you proclaim you are more than conqueror through Christ, you activate truth. When you say no weapon formed against you will prosper, you release protection. Speak life where you spoke death. Over finances, declare abundance instead of lack. Over health, declare healing instead of sickness. Over relationships, declare restoration instead of destruction. Over future, declare hope instead of despair. These declarations are not denial of reality. They are prophetic announcements of coming reality. They are faith calling things not yet seen into being. Pay attention to how you speak about yourself. If your internal dialogue condemns, you reinforce identity I never gave. Speak about yourself as I do. Loved, chosen, forgiven, strong, capable. Enough because I am enough in you. Words matter. Use them wisely. Let me speak about rest. I created you needing rest. When you ignore it, you suffer. You grow irritable, less effective, more vulnerable to attack. Rest is not optional. It is essential. I modeled rest in creation. 6 days of work, 1 day of rest. Not because I was tired, but to establish rhythm. Work and rest are woven into design. When you work constantly without rest, you violate design. Rest is not laziness. It restores what work depletes. It builds capacity for effective work. Without rest, you burn out. Practice Sabbath rest. Set aside time for renewal. Physical, emotional, spiritual rest. Time in my presence without agenda. This rhythm will sustain you. Learn to rest internally, even amid activity. Carry peace within external demands. Work from rest instead of for rest. When you do, your strength will renew instead of diminish. Now consider people in your life. They are not random. Every meaningful relationship serves purpose. Some teach you, pleasant or difficult teachers, but lessons remain. Observe what each relationship develops. Character hoard blessing. Let it flow. What you give will come back to you. You are a blessing to others. You are a blessing to yourself. You are a blessing to the world. You are a blessing to God. You are a blessing to me. You are a blessing to us. You are a blessing to everyone. You are a blessing to the universe. You are a blessing to the cosmos. You are a blessing to the stars. You are a blessing to the moon. You are a blessing to the sun. You are a blessing to the earth. You are a blessing to the sky. You are a blessing to the wind. You are a blessing to the rain. You are a blessing to the snow. You are a blessing to the ocean. You are a blessing to the sea. You are a blessing to the waves. You are a blessing to the tides. You are a blessing to the currents. You are a blessing to the dolphins. You are a blessing to the whales. You are a blessing to the fish. You are a blessing to the birds. You are a blessing to the bees. You are a blessing to the butterflies. You are a blessing to the flowers. You are a blessing to the trees. You are a blessing to the mountains. You are a blessing to the valleys. You are a blessing to the rivers. You are a blessing to the lakes. You are a blessing to the ponds. You are a blessing to the streams. You are a blessing to the springs. You are a blessing to the waterfalls. You are a blessing to the canyons. You are a blessing to the deserts. You are a blessing to the plains. You are a blessing to the prairies. You are a blessing to the forests. You are a blessing to the jungles. You are a blessing to the rainforests. You are a blessing to the mountains. You are a blessing to the hills. You are a blessing to the meadows. You are a blessing to the fields. You are a blessing to the gardens. You are a blessing to the parks. You are a blessing to the zoos. You are a blessing to the aquariums. You are a blessing to the zoos. You are a blessing to the aquariums. You are a blessing to the zoos. You are a blessing to the aquariums. You are a blessing to the zoos. You are a blessing to the aquariums. You are a blessing to the zoos. You are a blessing to the aquariums. You are a blessing to the zoos. You are a blessing to the aquariums. You are a blessing to the zoos. You are a blessing to the aquariums. You are a blessing to the zoos. You are a blessing to the aquariums. You are a blessing to the zoos. You are a blessing to the aquariums. You are a blessing to the zoos. You are a blessing to the aquariums. You are a blessing to the zoos. You are a blessing to the horde blessing. Let it flow. What you give returns multiplied. Some are companions in difficulty. They will not leave in valley. Treasure them. Invest in them. Be authentic. Some are seasonal. Not every relationship lasts a lifetime. When season ends, allow transition. Do not cling beyond time, but do not dismiss importance. Be discerning about influence. Not every voice deserves access. Surround yourself with those who call out best in you, who speak truth and love. Let me speak about dreams, the desires that persist, visions of what could be, longings too large to ignore. Many dreams I placed there. I give dreams. Daytime visions of possibility. These dreams guide you toward destiny. But not every dream is from me. Some arise from culture or selfish ambition. Discernment matters. Dreams from me align with my word and character. They never contradict truth. If a dream requires compromise, it is not from me. Dreams from me bless others, not only you. They advance kingdom. They serve beyond self. Dreams from me require faith, larger than your own ability, but they demand dependence on me. Dreams from me carry peace even amid fear. And there is inner confirmation that this is right. Listen to these signals. Let me speak about seasons. Life moves through seasons, each with purpose. Seasons of preparation. Roots grow unseen. Character forms. Capacity expands. Seasons of planting. Seeds sown without immediate return. Faith required. Seasons of growth. Patience and nurturing required. Seasons of harvest. Fruit visible. Gratitude and generosity required. Seasons of rest. Soil recovers. Strength renews. Discern your season. Align action accordingly. Let me speak about perseverance. You need it. The enemy tries to wear you down, to get you to quit. If you quit, he wins. If you continue, you reach breakthrough. Perseverance is not mere grit. It is dependence on my strength when yours fades. Develop perseverance through small acts. Show up. Follow through. Persist. Each act strengthens you for larger tests. I believe in you. I see potential you do not yet see. My belief is based on what I placed in you. Stop disqualifying yourself. I am final word. And I say you can. You will. Breakthrough is coming. This message may be ending, but what I spoke continues working. Let truth sink deep. Write what stood out. Return to it. My words are spirit and life. I am with you. For you. Working all for good. Nothing separates you from my love. Walk forward with hope and expectation. You are my treasured child. Always have been. Always will be. From before foundation of world, I chose you. I equipped you. I will complete work I began. This is my covenant, my promise. The dreams I give share traits. They serve others. Align with your design. Require faith. Persist over time. Take them seriously. But hold them loosely. Let me shape and refine. Let me be author of story. You want to know future. Faith does not show whole picture. I reveal step by step to keep you close. What lies ahead? I will be with you every step. No challenge without resource. No decision without wisdom. Challenges will come, but sufficient grace accompanies them. Victories are scheduled in eternity. Keep moving. Purpose fills each step. Nothing wasted. Walk with confidence in me. Let me speak about waiting. Waiting reveals heart, teaches trust. Waiting is preparation, not emptiness. If you are in a season of waiting and choosing faith over fear, write, I trust you, Lord, in the comments. Let those words be your surrender in the process, your confidence in His timing, and your declaration that you will not give up before the breakthrough arrives. Wait with expectation. Wait with activity. Wait with worship. Waiting will end. Promise is near. Wake daily with expectation. Today could shift everything. Something beautiful unfolds, like dawn before sunrise. Keep trusting. I am your shepherd. I lead, protect, provide. Because I am your shepherd, you shall not want. I lead beside still waters. Peace within storm. I restore your soul, renew hope, joy, purpose. I guide in right paths. Even valleys are only shadows. Shadows cannot harm you. My rod defends, my staff guides. I prepare table before enemies, vindication. I anoint you, empower you. Your cup overflows, abundance spills. Goodness and mercy follow you all days. They cover your back, transform mistakes. You will dwell in my presence forever. I am proud of you. For perseverance, for faith. You are closer to breakthrough than you know. I am gentle with your growth. Rest in my love. You are cherished beyond measure. Walk in confidence in me. Your breakthrough is coming. The shepherd leads, the provider provides, the healer heals, the restorer restores. This is my promise. You are mine, I am yours. Now be blessing to others. Share what you received. Blessing multiplies through open hands. You are loved, chosen, called, equipped, protected, provided for, healed, restored, blessed. You are stepping into best season of your life. Get ready. Breakthrough is here. But before I close, there is more to say. Stay with me. Let me speak to your finances. I see stress, bills, insufficient income. I am not limited by economy. Position yourself through stewardship, generosity, obedience. Show faithfulness in little. I entrust much. Give even when risky. Obey when instruction defies logic. Financial breakthrough includes peace, not just money. I am your source. Let me speak to your health. I am Lord who heals. Doctors help, but I am authority. Agree with my word above diagnosis. Healing flows now. Let me speak to strained relationships. I am God of reconciliation. Forgive to be free. Release offense. Some relationships restore fully, others heal internally. Let me work. Let me speak to your mind. Battlefield is thoughts. Take every thought captive. Replace lies with truth. Renew mind daily. Let me speak to your calling. You have one. Designed before birth, faithful and small equals great in kingdom. I am expanding your territory. Be faithful where you are. Let me speak to transition. Old ending, new beginning. In between forms you. Do not rush. Doors opening soon. Let me speak to prayer. Every prayer heard. Come honestly, regularly. Relationship over transaction. Let me speak to my word. Living, active. Read daily. Be nourished. Let me speak to community. Not alone. Find right people. Risk connection. Let me speak about eternity. This life is vapor. Invest in what lasts. Love me. Love people. That matters. I love you with everlasting love. Rest in it. Before I finish, hear these promises. Confusion ends, clarity begins, delay ends, acceleration begins, isolation ends, connection begins, lack ends, abundance begins, sickness ends, health begins, bondage ends, freedom begins, sorrow ends, joy begins, weakness ends, strength begins, rejection ends, acceptance begins, failure ends, fruitfulness begins, stagnation ends, growth begins, invisibility ends, recognition begins. To prodigals, hope remains. To financial crisis, provision comes. To grief, comfort comes. To addiction, freedom comes. To depression, light comes. To troubled marriage, heal impossible. To moral failure, grace sufficient. To feeling inadequate, I qualify called. To long waiting, promise stands. Now receive blessing. May peace guard you. May joy strengthen you. May love surround you. May spirit empower you. May favor follow you. May doors open. May healing flow. May clarity guide. May breakthrough come. May abundance overflow. May freedom reign. May life revive. I bless you fully. I cover you. I guide you. I strengthen you. You are beloved. Walk boldly. Dream big. Trust deeply. Expect breakthrough. Best is yet to come. Amen. Before you leave this moment, I want you to take one intentional step of agreement. Click the like button as an act of faith, as a declaration that you received this word and that you are aligning yourself with the flow of God's favor over your life. When you do, let it be more than engagement. Let it be activation. Let it be your way of saying, I step into this blessing. I agree with heaven. I receive what has been released. If this message touched you, share it with someone who needs these words today. Type Amen in the comments to receive this blessing. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a message from God. Your sharing helps this reach those who need to know that God sees them and loves them. Thank you for being part of this community of faith. God bless you and keep you in His perfect peace. Before you read the last lines of this message, take a moment to think about something important. You are here on purpose. You were led to this point. This isn't a coincidence. Archangel Michael is phoning you personally. He is promising to protect you and welcome you into a holy, higher place where you don't have to chase for abundance. It just happens. This invitation has one holy truth at its heart that is simple, but can change your life. When you connect with it, blessings don't just come, they grow, proliferate, and affect every part of your life. You can get strong spiritual teachings and higher direction that most people will never get by deciding to step forward now. You are entering a safe space where you can see things clearly, get support, and get closer to your soul's purpose faster. Don't overlook this tipping point. These kinds of moments don't happen very often, yet they can change things. Your next big idea is already in the works. Use the exclusive link to join Archangel Michael's inner circle and make sure you keep getting the direct messages that are meant to help you on your journey. The link is in both the description and the pinned remark if you want to delve deeper. There is also a guided ebook available for people who want to help our work grow and continue. It is completely optional. People already regard your attentiveness, presence, and energy very highly. Go ahead and take the next step. The way is clear, and much is waiting for you.